Then the invention of the steam engine, around 14 something, which shifted labor from muscle of human and muscle of animals to machines. Machines now started being the one to do the work. The steam engine for pumping water, then eventually they applied the steam engine to pull the train, and then other inventions, electricity, and so on. All these, the Europeans were able to come and colonize us because of that change in which we did not take part. That advance in science and technology of the gunpowder and of the steam engine and the other inventions. Of course, we had our own internal problems here, which they took advantage of. Tribalism and all that. Because in other societies like China, they were still technologically backward, but they were able to resist the invasion of the Europeans. And so did Japan. So we had our own internal problems here. Our kings who were promoting war among the tribes who were fighting one another. But the biggest primer of social change is advance in science and technology. So in our societies, recently I had some little war here. Because of lack of resources, we could not raise salaries of all public servants. Even before the judges, even before the lawyers of the government, I raised the salary of the scientists. People wanted to kill me. Why are you, we are all public servants. I say, yes, you are public servants, but you cannot make a road. And the engineer can make a road. So I need the road immediately now. So please, can you wait? And I bribe this man of the road so that he's happy. And he maintains our roads. Then we can do other things. But some of the people are not convinced. They were very... But African societies must wake up and know that over the last 4.5 million years, all the big changes in societies are caused by the advance in science and technology. The invention of the iron tools. The first time Egypt was colonized was by a group called the Hittites, who had invented iron tools, when Egypt was still using other metals like brass and copper, which were weaker. So therefore, although you are in the judiciary, our view is that all the intelligentsia should be aware of the context of human progress in an organic way. Now, because of these changes, you find that societies went through different types of social systems. Some communal systems at the beginning. Then there was the time of the slave trade, of the slave state. If you read the literature about the Roman Empire, that Roman Empire was built on slavery, as a slave state, providing free labor to the Romans. Feudalism You know those stories in Europe and even here in Africa. Then now, the new era of capitalism and socialism and social democracy. So, the African societies must change organically. They cannot stay the way they are. And when they change, the level of science and technology, the level of managerial skills of the society, plus the system of producing wealth, whether it is capitalist or socialist or feudal, is what creates the economic base of the system. Creates the economic base. Now, over that economic base, there is a superstructure. Now, the superstructure is the politics, the culture, the legal systems. Those are always the superstructure, the upper structures of the base. The base is the technology and the economic system of that society. So I think if we could be clear on it, I have been involved in these issues for more than 60 years, since 1960, as a young student, and I could see, even by 1965, I could see that this was part of the problem. To have a clear understanding of the philosophy, of the ideology, of the strategy. It is like medicine. It is like medicine. When you go to a doctor, for him to help you, he must correctly diagnose your sickness. If the diagnosis is wrong, you will not be cured. And this is part of the crisis we are seeing in different situations in Africa. The diagnosis was wrong. Philosophical mistakes, ideological mistakes, strategic mistakes. If, for instance, which was our problem here, where our leaders were saying what is crucial, and the CJ here referred to it, CJ Owinidoro, what is crucial for politics? Is it identity or is it interest? Now, our people at that time, at independence and before, and even before the Europeans came, our leaders were emphasizing the issue of identity. Identity of tribe. Then later on they added identity of religion. Then also they added what CJ talked about, gender chauvinism, looking down upon women. And that's how they were judging things. So much so that in the Parliament of 1962, there was no elected woman, not a single one. Later on, they nominated 3 women were nominated. So, and yet women were more than 50% of the population. So, therefore, but when we came, we said no. Our student movement said no. What you are doing is pseudo, is fake medicine. Your diagnosis is fake. What I need is prosperity for my family. Me as an individual, my neighbors, our company, our cooperative, we need prosperity. And if we need prosperity, where does prosperity come from? So we said, like me, I am a cattleman in my area there. So I produce milk, I produce beef, I produce bananas, but members of my tribe don't buy my milk. They don't buy my beef. They don't buy my bananas because they also have the same. So we speak the same dialect. When we meet in the morning, Agandi, we greet. But Agandi is not solving my problem. I need money to build a better house.